So my very, very warm welcome to everyone in this room. We are absolutely thrilled and honored to be co-hosting this beautiful event tonight with New Yoga and Taste Nature. We are RealWellth, and we would like to tell you a little bit about what we do. So my name is Dr. Zuzana Wheeler. As you can see, it's a bit by handful, so I go by Dr. Zuzi. And I was born and grew up in Slovakia, but I have called New Zealand my home for over 20 years now. And ever since I was a really tiny tot, I wanted to become a doctor so I can help people. And I achieved this dream here in New Zealand and started a pretty successful medical career. And then a few years into my medical career, I found myself in the grips of really severe burnout, which obviously was a pretty intense experience, and it profoundly affected me personally, but also my family. But looking back, I'm actually grateful for it because it was a real pivotal point in my life. It really made me look at what is really important in life, what my real values are, and also it made me look at different ways of practicing medicine. And so in a way, it made me a better person and a better doctor. And that's where I am now.
Kia ora, tēnā koutou. My name is Ilsa Erasmus. Unlike the two doctors on either side of me, I actually started my working life as a chartered accountant. I then had a little diversion in a postgraduate diploma in viticulture and enology and spent many years working in the wine industry. And it was really here where I sort of became quite passionate about organic food production and looking at the impact, or asking questions about the impact of conventional agrochemical practice on human health, on soil health, and on planetary health. Fast forward several years later in my own life quake and a healing journey, and this is where I really realised that an integrative and holistic approach is what we need in order to heal. And this instigated yet another pivot for me, and today I am a qualified Master Health Coach. And I'm really all about supporting my clients to help them to rediscover their best health. It's about really reconnecting with our innate capacity to heal and to live our best lives, you know, sort of sustainable sense of well-being. And I guess that was the big realisation for me in my own healing journey, was that you need to be a proactive, empowered participant in your health. And that is really, really critical. The other thing I think is worth mentioning is that most chronic diseases that we're seeing today are preventable and can improve with lifestyle change. I'm going to say that again. Most chronic illnesses we are seeing today at horrendously high levels, they're preventable and can improve with lifestyle change. So as a Master Health Coach, I really walk alongside my clients. It's about supporting them to make lasting and sustainable lifestyle change. This is all about adding life to your years and not just years to your life.
Thanks, Ilsa. Namaste. Despite being born in India, I was brought up in the East End of London, got my degree in London, but my connection to you guys, as in Central Otago, and Otago is huge. So I've actually been living here for well over 20 years. So I've worked as a rural hospital doctor at Dunstan, I've worked as a rural GP in Cromwell, I've even been a retrieval doctor here in Dunedin. But my last job this year was as a clinical director at Tētai Tokoro, which is Northland, where I was running 3 rural hospitals. I'm really sorry, but I had to leave that because I really don't think our health system is actually working. And one of the things that I've done is truly pivot. Personally doing night shifts. I still do a little bit of work at Auckland as an ED senior, but having almost had an accident driving home, it hits home that you've got to walk the talk. And so one of the key things that you could do is even read Peter Attia's book, which is about outlook. So let's go forward. Let's try and give you our ideas. So, as I said, I don't think even this country, it's not just this country, but conventional health isn't quite working. So I want you to really look at this idea, and this is our mission. This is our mission to look at the whole holistic view of the human being. We're a combination, we're a complex creature. And the other thing that I like to talk about, and certainly there are others who are far more eloquent than me, but we need to look at the difference between lifespan and health span. Really simply, lifespan is just how long you're actually going to live. Health span is when you're living really well. So I really want you to look at this green section of this curve. We want to make that bigger. I'd almost say, if it was up to me, I'd like to die with my boots on. I want that to be a vertical line down. I want to be as good as I can.
So what are we talking about when we think about how we might change our current sick care model to a wellness-based model? And I love the analogy of the sick fish, right? Take a look at it. How would you treat a sick fish? Do you medicate the fish, or do you clean the tank? And really, for us, this is a key problem. Most of the existing system focuses really on managing symptoms, and we really want to shift that. We want to change to a wellness-based model. And at its core, this is taking a whole person approach. Keep going, Bragady. So how is staff wellness impacting the workplace, right? Because we need to talk about this. And I know this is a busy slide, I apologise, but I think what it clearly shows us is the consequences on organisational productivity and profitability. And if I just grab a few of the key quotes from up there, key stats. New Zealand in 2022 lost 10 million working days due to staff absences. That's an enormous number. And the latest Gallup State of the Global Workplace study, which has just recently come out, shows us that only 34% of people are thriving in life. 34%. That's a shocking number. And really, we've seen this continued rise in the level of disengagement in employees, which is now at a shocking 62% of people not engaged. We've seen this trend with the Great Resignation ever since COVID. This is just a continuation of that. And I think, alarmingly, business leaders, 38% of them are reporting feeling overwhelmed and burnout. So the truth is that most people aren't thriving at work or in life. So why does this matter, right? Well, I think the reality is that it does matter because we're seeing an increase in chronic disease, we're seeing an increase in mental illness in the workplace. The World Economic Forum has estimated that this is going to increase in a projected lost economic output between 2011 to 2030 of $47 trillion. Okay, and we know that comprehensive, really good wellbeing programs support fewer days absence, they support lower rates of burnout, they support better employee engagement, staff retention and attraction of those staff. And what we're seeing in that latest Gallup poll as well is that comprehensive wellbeing programs is actually a key criteria now for people joining the workforce. It's a key incentive for them to join business. So in essence, I guess what I'm trying to say is that good health, good wealth is good business.
So the focus of our whole person business.
Yes, it's working.
So the focus of our whole person approach to wealth, which is defined as so the focus of our whole person approach to health, or as we like to call it, wealth, because it's about all the aspects of us that make us, can be summed up in four P's. It's personalized, it's preventative, it's proactive, and it is participatory. And we offer a whole range of services which encompass everything from individual consultations, which can be done online or in person, to comprehensive wellness programs for individuals, groups, employees, and we also have a specific one for executive teams. We also offer advanced testing, which is very personalized to everyone we see, which doesn't only establish where you are in terms of your health right now, but we can also do really sophisticated genomic testing that assesses the risk that you may carry for different chronic diseases or other issues that you may develop, and many of which are modifiable, significantly modifiable with appropriate interventions, which we can advise you on, help you implement, and support you through. So one compelling reason to pay attention to what we are saying, if we haven't convinced you yet, is that it makes good financial sense to invest into well-being of the employees and your own well-being. Studies have shown consistently that every dollar spent on employee well-being returns $2.5 in return. I don't know about any other investment with such high return personally. Next slide. And so our solutions, as Ilse mentioned before, that self-efficacy is really a driving force behind staying well. So we put a huge emphasis on empowering our clients and creating engagement, emphasizing self-efficacy as a cornerstone. Empowering individuals to take charge of their health and future transforms them from just being passive participants in interventions that they don't really believe in, and hence they don't stick, into active agents of change and result in feeling autonomous, in having a sense of agency, and ultimately in better long-term outcomes.
So, I really want to start thinking about how we are going to be very different. A lot of wellness options that are out there in New Zealand may only focus on one or two things. It might just be mental health. There's nothing wrong with that, because mental health is actually quite a big component, or physical. But what we're trying to do is cover all these aspects of true healthcare. As you can see there, you've got the 6 items there. Mahana model, which is a Maori-derived model in health in New Zealand, has very much the same as that. But we're not going to waver and say that we're not good individuals in terms of healthcare professionals, but we do flex, and there isn't a one size that fits all. So we really do feel that we can add technicians into our system, into our team, and we stand before you with that idea. So, we are going to encourage you to tell us how you think your particular team or even your own individual requirements might need us. And I'd like to invite you to perhaps get your phones out, take a picture of that QR code, because that's our website. We are really happy to hear from you, even if you've got any other ideas. But feel free to come and talk to each one of us, because we really are a team, and that's the other side to it. It's not just an individual process. Thank you very much.